Hello, Dark Denizens, this is Crimson, and you're watching some Dark Souls 2. Now pick up where we left off, so defeating the gargoyles, escaping the PvP area. We went and leveled up with all those souls we had in the meantime. So, just to show, we have 30 vigor now. I'm probably going to leave it out there, go off of that, and raise our dex up, because we got that twin blade, which looks really neat and cool. Although, not sure how effective it'll be on bosses, but hey, if any luck, it'll be pretty neat. And it's not like we have any other damaging stats that are going to be very helpful to us. What do you say, message? Tough enemy ahead than Dark Spirit. Well, I've certainly had my fair share of Dark Spirits in the last episode, eh? But we've got some dogs to deal with, for now. Hey, doggies. There's a lot of you here. Man. Vorgel the Sinner. So this is a NPC invasion event, it looks like. Definitely. And you can tell because I'm not dead and he's not wearing really strong armor, although he's breaking my poise, my jeez. And of course I'm doing that to him. Man, that's a lot of health he has too. I'm gonna question this fellow. You are quite strong, NPC. Of course, again, this is being invaded while hollowed, which is a new feature to Dark Souls 2. That wasn't in Dark Souls. It seems a little strange that the NPC Dark's Phantom Invasions AI functions fundamentally differently than the AI for the most generic NPCs. It's very odd, I'll say. I don't know. It's very strange. Ooh, an enchanted falchion. I remember in Demon Souls, the Crescent Falchion, which is an enhanced version of a enchanted falchion, I think, somewhere along that lines, was one of the best early game weapons that there was. So it has falchion stats, but it scales off of your intellect, I believe, and does magic damage. It scales off of your magic, yeah. So we can equip this, still below our 50%. And let's check out its swing patterns. Pretty wide. Oh, and we go pretty low on this. Do we have any hidden walls, any secrets here? One of the reasons that you may want to play this game online despite the PvP is for those messages and notes, and you get to see other players running around with you. It's one of my favorite parts about the Souls series. You never know if you're reading a troll message or someone's genuinely giving a good time, but, well, the one thing that you can never deny are bloodstains of dangers that might be to come. So I got the Bastille key, although I'm not quite sure I'm going to end up needing to use that. It doesn't look like I have many options to go from here, perhaps in that tower where the PvP is happening. That's going to be quite an endeavor to get through, so let's check out what the description to the key is. Alright, Bastille should be the last... Nope, it's not actually the last one. Okay, opens the cells of the Lost Bastille. So, the cells, it says. Lost Bastille? Let's try. What cells do I want to search, actually? Well, let's start from the beginning, I suppose. Now, I know there were some areas near where the major boss was to check. Looks like half these doors aren't even real doors. I mean, we could go back to the very beginning. I think it's going to get us anywhere. Yeah, I think it's actually meant for the final boss-ish area. Well, I'll just say that's probably worth going to then. So we're going to take another travel there. Lost Bastille. The tower apart. I'm wondering if I'm going to find any good loot there, or if it's going to be any clues on continuing on with the main story to reach completion. Here's this familiar area, which is not the one I actually want to go to, now that I think about it. This is where the pursuer takes you to. I don't want to go there. I want to go to the servants' quarters. That was my own fault. Not remembering that I got the pursuer one later. So I was able to unlock all of this by having the tool for those face puzzles, the stone I'm never going to remember the name of. I have keys. Let's try out our new falchion on this guy, we've defeated him several times before. See the damage. Alright, it's not living up to the damage of our upgraded fiery longsword. He's not against this guy, who perhaps is resistant to magic, perhaps is not. We may never know. So this is the way we went to achieve our gargoyle hunting season. Went down that area. Just haven't gone up there. Still more to explore over here. Without cutting into the bell tower area, hopefully. And leap! There we are. Don't have to deal with the dogs there. Nameless Soldier Soul, alright. Let's see what we have up here. Maybe some cell doors? Or perhaps heading back unreturnably to a place we've already been, as clearly the gate's been opened. Well, we can open some gates up here, it seems. Yeah, these guys no problem. Don't want them exploding on us, because that's quite painful. Alright. One thing about the triggers on these guys is they've been... Oh, the skeleton's back. Look at him. That's, I guess I mentioned this before, but in Dark Souls 2 they have a lot of weird triggers about the proximity. So when you cross a certain line, a lot of enemies from behind you will suddenly start charging towards you, which is unusual. And in Dark Souls you normally think the enemies are going to come from the sides or above you or something like that, but they'll come from a long way behind you to catch up to you. What do I want to do with this bomb next to you? Kick it? Boom. That was actually kind of nice. Anyone in these empty cages? Check to be sure. Alright. No one in the empty cages. Got a lot of bombs around here. I wonder if I'm supposed to blow anything up with them. I got one to kick here. Woo! It's fun to watch. Didn't get that item in there. Seemed a little tricky. Possibly requiring a homeward bone. Suppose I'll check here, see what this has to say. Oh, the secret door. Illusion. Another secret door. That just led to this item over here I jumped to get. And another item that was over here that I couldn't drop down to get anything from here. Is correct? Yep, that's just the way I used to go several times over to fight the boss. So you can come right back in here and go upstairs. See if we can find any cell doors. That's what I'm looking for. Locked doors. Anyone know where I can find locked doors? I'm looking for. Oh, you're a locked door? Doesn't appear to be. Excuse me, sir, can you guide me to the locked doors? Now, here's what I'm curious about. So there's that item down there. Looks like I had to fall to get to it. And that's the room that led to many illusionary wall rooms. Aha! Now this is something we can do for progress. That did do a lot of damage to me. Wonder where I have my resistance from. Right, it's just the armor is very blast resistant. I can cure this person's petrification. I believe so. Yep. You're quite the strange-looking fellow.
Still a bit stiff, I'm afraid. I must thank you, young traveler. I am Straid, a wandering sorcerer of sorts. I've been a guest for a very long time, but I don't think that anybody will miss me.
Are you Straid, the master of the pyromancer girl?
Very good indeed. Cursed one, weak you may be, but I, Straid, will teach you my spells.
I'm glad that you'll teach me before I've leveled up my magic at all. That's very kind of you. The mock gesture, yeah. Trade? What do you trade? Oh! Oh! Oh, he's the boss soul vendor! Oh, this is very happy. I am, so I just trade the soul and I get it? I don't have to upgrade a weapon to +10? Aha! Dragon Rider Twin Blade. Well, I have to mark that off right now. I'm sorry, Dragon Rider Bow. I'm a melee guy. Oh, Dragon Rider Great Shield. Well, it's a great shield, so probably wouldn't use it. An Ultra Great Sword, a Warped Sword. Alright, so what about spells? Can I trade them? Heavy Homing Soul Arrow. That's a very strong one, but I don't think I'll ever use it. 35 magic for that. Soul Shower. Acid Surge, Royal Rat. Oh, it's a Pyromancy, so let's skip this one. It does also cost souls, too, so I gotta keep that in mind. Alright, so let's go back to weapons and armor. Arced Sword, Giant Stone Axe, Barbed Club, Gargoyle Bident. Alright, the Arced Sword looks good. That's a lot of strength, but I'll trade it. I'll trade it. And the Giant Stone Axe, I guess I should get a Great Shield out of this, but he had a cool looking Great Sword too. Alright, I'll grab it. Ultra Great Sword there. And let's see, I can get, let's grab the Bident. Bite it, whatever it's called. And it's all my souls. Alright, I'll talk to you.
Cursed one, take these.
Oh, cool.
Put them on, and please, stop being so weak.
Well, if you insist. I mean, if you really want me to.
So, how long was I sat petrified? Long enough for the old kingdom to have crumbled, I see. Why didn't anyone wake me sooner?
Would you have stopped it from crumbling, or enjoyed watching it crumble?
Drang Lake. I've never heard the name. Is that what they call this place now? Very good. Very good indeed. The cursed ones were imprisoned within this land. Of course, you came of your own free will. The people fear the cursed ones like a plague. Some people would rather keep dreadful things out of sight, out of mind.
Which do you prefer?
In the end, they swept them up and corralled them here. So very typical of meek minds, don't you think?
Of Olafay? Just noticed where he's from. Straid of Olafay.
Once people became aware of their own frailty, they seized anybody they found undesirable, cursed or no, and impounded them here. Whoever posed even the slightest threat was removed, all so that they could sleep better at night. They even turned the great Straid into a stone.
Straid the stone, I like it.
Many kingdoms rose and fell on this tract of earth. Mine was by no means the first. Anything that has a beginning also has an end. No flame, however brilliant, does not one day splutter and fade. But then, from the ashes, the flame reignites, and a new kingdom is born, sporting a new face. It is all a curse. And it is your cursed flesh that will inherit the flame.
Well, what am I going to do with the flame?
Pyromancy was created by the ancient witch of fire. She harnessed the power of flame and melded it into pyromancy. The witch led her daughters into war against the Old Ones. But legends are legends. What are you prepared to believe?
That fire can destroy my enemies.
So, how long was I sat petrified? Long enough for the old...
Okay, so you're repeating dialogue now. I'll talk one more time. Okay, so you're repeating dialogue. Yeah, we got all we could from him, and what does he have to sell? Increases intelligence, extends the length of spell effects, that sounds very nifty. Restores HP and spell uses, ooh. Oh, and a lot of spells and hexes. Which are, I guess, just the dark spells from the Prepare to Die edition. Flame Swath and Lingering Flame, those sound like amazing pyromancies. Unveil and Resplendent Life, is this the you heal? Or slowly regenerate a large amount of... Slowly restores a large amount of HP, okay. Alright.
Feeble, cursed one. Let's hope the magnificence of my spells does not deter you.
Are you upset that I didn't buy anything from you despite all the boss soul items we made together? We made so much! I thought we were friends! I have a petrified dragon bone and a fire bomb. That's an odd pair of things to be together. Okay, so what are the awesome things? The Pursuer's Great Sword. Alright. Oh, this thing is huge! Wow. I wonder if it has any special powers. Well, it's door-destroying power. That's for sure. Did going through that gargoyle and getting this key only bring me up here just to have me grab a petrified dragon bone? Well, I got this vendor, at least, so that's nice for me. Can I warp back here? Yeah. Straight sell. Okay. Well, I'll go back to Majula. Oh, Straid's not even here anymore. Okay. Maybe he's back at base. Maybe he and the pyromancer are talking. Alright, so let's try out this gear he gave us too. His black robes, black hood. Unable to wear it effectively. It has... Oh, intelligence requirement. Well, it's not as good as my gear, but it has a great style and flows with the wind. Black boots. Man. Armor that scales with your stats. Alright, so I'd get a good view of my face, and... I like the way the wind affects it. Doesn't clip through my boots too much.
I'm glad to see you're well.
Is Straid your master?
It was a perilous trek across the mountain.
You've repeated this dialogue.
The knot.
Okay, so
Be safe.
you don't have anything to add about that then. Straid was gone when I rested at the fire, so I'm assuming he's here somewhere. As to where he might be, I have no idea. But I've got this huge sword, man. Check it out. Alright. So that's that sword. Doesn't seem to have any special powers. What else did I get? The Arc Sword. I don't have the stats to wield properly, of course. The Dragon Slayer's Crescent Axe? No, that's not what I used that soul for. I used it on this thing, the Dragon Rider. It's Twin Blade. And anything else I get for weapons? I don't... There's a Twin Blade +1, I was upgrading that. Oh, no, I don't need to. Oh, the Gargoyles thing. Alright. I'll check these things out. Oh, this reminds me of the sword that the blind warrior used in Demon Souls. Has quite a ground effect on it wherever it hits. Look at this. Oh, not when I don't have stamina, maybe. It's definitely a big slam on it. Can't even use this two hands because I don't got the dex. Well, it might be worth spending a few to get the dex out on this. Oh, I can't use this either. I wonder if this is stretchy or bendy in any way. This seems to go forward. I wonder if it increases resistances or anything. They should all have descriptions here. Arc Sword, there is something unsettling about the same time beautiful about this long curved blade. Huh, doesn't say much about it. Whoops. Well, guess we're not worried about the gargoyle weapon again. Emanates mentioned in ancient text, guards it. Nothing fancy about that, but it did seem like it increased all our resistances, well, maybe. So this requires 22 decks. I think I have 21. I do. So let's get that taken care of, shall we? How much do we need to get that? 12,000. Okay. Might be a bit more of a task than I originally anticipated, but I think we can get there. Proud Knight. All right. 8-3. Oh no. 2. Huh. And this is only going to be, well, less than that, so we're not going to get there with these. Alright, so, well, we're sorry about you, Gargoyle Twin Spear, but you're going to have to wait for us for a little while. Dragon Rider Twin Blade. We'll get you. But this curved greatsword, on the other hand. Now, that seems like it's going to be powerful for us. Alright. So now, we're getting some real weapons, and we're going to start doing some real damage, and these fights are going to be going a lot better for us. Whoa, man, that is a good use of my petrification thing, that's for sure. Do I want to keep one of these? Looks like Black Knight's is a lot stronger than Pursuer's, although this does fire damage, does it? It's a little unusual. Well, they both look fantastic, don't they? I suppose I should just get my Pyromancy Flame here. Just in case. My left hand. Maybe a bow or something. Should I need it. Still don't have a good shield. But having a great shield didn't help me at all, either. And I can't use this armor effectively anyway. So there's not much of a point in that. Man, my Traveler's gear is putting me over already. Well, let's get my leather gloves on. That actually weighs more, jeez. Then again, I suppose I am carrying around quite a bit. Alright, well, I guess I'll just go with the gear that I know best. If I'm going to be heavy. Is the warrior armor a little bit better? Bit of a trade-off there. Alright, I'll go with that. Since I'm gonna... Let's just go full Vangrils, then. There we are. Pyromancy Flame one hand. Fiery Sword. I think this will do us good for a while. Alright, so with that, I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. Thank you so much for watching. My hat? My hat? Come on, hat. Is off to you.